Hello students, today we are beginning with the poem Keeping Quiet of class 12th, and I am your teacher Sultana from Rawal Convent School, and we are beginning with the poem Keeping Quiet, and this is our third poem written by Pablo Neruda. He was the most important Latin American poet of the 20th century. Pablo Neruda is the pen name of Neftali Ricardo Reyes Basalto, who was born in the town of Parral in Chile. Neruda's poems are full of easily understood images which make them no less beautiful. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971, and in this poem, he talks about the necessity of quiet introspection and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. So now we begin with the first stanza. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. Here the poet is asking the readers to count up to 12. And why he is asking the readers to count up to 12? Because the 12 represents hours of the clock or the months in the calendar. All of us remain silent, calm and quiet, and we should not indulge in any work. Keeping quiet and still across the nation will bring unity and the feeling of togetherness, because then they will not be speaking in any of the language and they will all be quiet and will all be speaking only one language, and that is the language of silence. So he wants everybody all over the world to be united through the language of silence. He requested the readers not to move their arms either to fight, argue, or to signal anything. He wants complete silence and he wants them to remain united. The poet is using the alliteration as the poetic device in this stanza in line number 2 and 3. We will is the alliteration used in the stanza. Now the second stanza. It would be an exotic moment, without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Here the poet wants everybody to be calm and quiet, still, so he says this moment will be an exotic moment. What is the meaning of exotic? It means an unusual and happy time. There will be no rush, there will be no sound of any engine running, and nobody will be running madly after anything. Everybody will be inactive, calm and quiet, and united with each other in a very strange atmosphere. What does the poet mean here by strangeness? That is, what is this stillness? That everybody here is calm and quiet and not doing anything. It means they are just having introspection and thinking about themselves. Fishermen in the cool sea would not harm whales. It means no person will be going to catch fish, or no person will be harming any other living being, either for food or to earn his livelihood. And the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Here the poet want to say that all people who are working endlessly without any stop will look at their own injuries and the damages they have caused to themselves and have the moment to think about what they have done to themselves and to others by indulging in this mad rush. He warned that everyone should stop in order to feel their achievement, and he also warned that they should not rush after the materialistic values they have, and in achieving these materialistic values they have lost everything. So he wants that the people should be calm and quiet and they should look after themselves And again, here in this stanza, the poet has used the device alliteration in the third line. Now, the third stanza: those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. Here the poet is telling us about the wars. The poet is a lover of humanity and is against war. So he does not want the people to indulge in any kind of wars, and he wants that there should be all peace and calm. Wars with nature and environment is the example of green wars, that the people are destroying all nature and environment. Wars with gas and wars with fire are the chemicals in which everything is destroyed and everything is wasted. The green wars are against the environment. Wars with poisonous gases and wars with firearms must be stopped at once. People should come out in their best dresses. They must go out for a walk with their brothers. They must move with their brothers and sisters under the shady trees and enjoy doing nothing. Here the poet is promoting peace, unity, and he wants that the people should improve the quality of their life. At the end of the wars, there is no survival. That's why the poet is against war. He says, what is the use of these wars without killing people, and it is of no use, as the people, they are just killing and creating enmity among themselves. So he wants that people should stop all these things. When he is saying that he want no truck with death, it means that he want that there should be total inactivity. He want that there should be no kind of work should be done with the people. He wants that they should introspect, understand the meaning of life, and understand what they have achieved in their life and what they have lost, and also that they should improve the quality of their life. He does not want any kind of association with death. This happens only when they start indulging in different kinds of wars. So the poet is totally against wars. He says that the feeling of brotherhood can be brought back among human beings only if they stop indulging themselves in wars. Here again the poet has used the device alliteration, wars with and wars with. This is alliteration, and war with fire, war with gas, this is the repetition. The two devices here used, alliteration and repetition, in this stanza. Now stanza fourth. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt the sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. In this stanza, the poet is saying that everyone is working single-mindedly and endlessly and continuously to complete their task and achieving more and more. They are all driven by the targets of survival, and there is a threat of death. The poet has the feeling that life is all about moving. We should not be always on the move. For a while, we should also take rest. A long silence can do us a lot of good. Men become sad when they fail to understand themselves. They feel helpless when they threaten themselves with death. A long silence can soothe our feelings and help us in removing this sadness. By keeping quiet, we will all be able to understand the true meaning of our life. And here again, the poetic device used in this stanza is we were so single-minded. We were, again the device is alliteration. Now the fifth stanza. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive, Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. Here in this stanza, the poet suggests that the nature is the best example to learn. He says that earth during the winter is very silent, lifeless, quiet, and everything seems to be frozen, but after some time, when the season changes, everything comes back to life. So similarly, we can also introspect and start understanding what we have to achieve and how we have to go about our life. This will give us a new meaning and will be able to introspect the purpose of our life, and it can also improve the quality of our life too. So the poet has just conveyed us his message to all of us, and we have to keep quiet and start introspecting so that we will be able to give new birth to our soul and improve the quality of our life. I hope you all like my video and this will help us to understand the poem. Thank you.